What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wardcast, your weekly source for video game news, machinima, and survival horror discussion, updates on the ward, and more. I'm your host, Sean Clark, alongside Jazz Rich,
Hi.
Alec Funnel,
My parents raised me as an only child, which really infuriated my sister.
and Shayla Hill.
Hi.
Wow, thumbs down.
Yeah, that was lame.
Wow. Hello. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody is doing well. I would ask everyone how everyone's Thanksgiving was, but like half of us didn't even celebrate that or whatever. So
It was a month ago.
So Shayla, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I made a turkey and tried making my own stuffing and mashed potatoes and everything from scratch, and I think it turned out real good.
Then why'd you say tried like it didn't turn out well?
I guess I don't know. I thought it turned out good. I got good reviews.
That's good.
I was just nervous about it because in the past I relied on a lot of mixes and stuff, just because it was like easier. But this year I wanted to try making everything making the stuffing and the potatoes not like pre-made, and I thought they turned out pretty good.
Nice. Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
Just just prior to Thanksgiving, I went to Walmart to pick up a couple of things, and while I was there, I decided to, like I usually do, I dropped by the video game department just to see kind of if there's anything on sale or whatever, anything clearanced out. And I popped by the PlayStation cabinet where they have like the consoles. And no PS5s, like the regular PS5s at all, zero, but plenty of PS5 Pros. That's too bad. what a shame.
Just for you guys, for you Americans,
Americans.
I'm gonna have some turkey dinner chips.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how you celebrate.
Yeah. Well, she already did.
Yeah, I had like a whole bunch in October too.
Are those leftover from October?
Nope, they're just a bigger bag now because it's American style.
Oh wow. What does that
Paper
mean?
goes.
What does American style mean?
It means
Like
bigger bag.
Canadian style, I would think like okay, maple syrup. But if it's American style, just big and salty, is that...
It means more and cheaper. I don't know.
Wow, shittier.
Canadian's one says sorry on the packet.
No, they're still Canadian. Look, it's bilingual.
Wow.
We're past the din. JK, I can't eat a whole bag.
Wow. I think you could. I probably could. As she eats a fucking whole bag live on camera. Don't joke. Well, yeah, I hope everybody who celebrates Thanksgiving had a great day. But enough of all that. This week, we're talking about Horizon being ripped off, developer Gearbox being pretty awesome, Steam sticking up for gamers, and more. We also have a machinima to take a look at, and Jazz has a segment. We have 3 games at the back end of the show with guessing game, Who's That Mofo? And fucking NPCs. What?
Well, Jazz was like...
I don't have a segment.
You don't?
No, I have the trailer I'm going to play during my week.
Okay. No segment. Trailer.
Sorry.
We have a trailer or something. And then we'll end with a read your comments as usual. But first, Jazz, hello. How was your week? How was your not Thanksgiving?
Shoulders is moving. I still gave thanks. My week was good. I done worked, and I done played.
I done work.
I played some Sansa
out
before
on the farm.
Howdy in the fields. By fields I mean this chair. And had a lot of calls to make, which was really unfortunate because my throat was hurting after the day after I went to the office. So I think I picked up like some sort of bug, and my voice like comes in and out. So The post services is
You triggered Alec.
my voice comes in and out. Yes, my voice is something that can enter and exit, Alec. Idiot. The postal service is still on strike, and so we're having to call everybody at work. We'll call all the clients that would get a letter, like asking them for more information. So that's a lot of people at the end of the month. So that was a lot of calls to make. So I got to the point on Friday where I was like, I'm just gonna do the rest Monday. I can't. My throat was sore, Alec. Shouldn't yell. That makes it worse. And so we played a lot of Suns, and I did lots of building, and we did lots of exploring. The game is just freaking crazy. Those sons of the forest, man, they're nothing like their father. They're
It's
like
a
they're crazy. It's a
See-
really cool game.
yeah.
I like how they give you things to drive around, and it's like you just crash in like 2 seconds because it's impossible to drive around without crashing. We played a little bit of Baldur's Gate on the computer, and I say a little bit because after like half an hour, it was bedtime.
Nah.
And Shayla seems more into Sons of the Forest, so I don't
Oh
want
my god, I love it so much. It's so fun.
I
It's
don't
so
want to force her to not play it.
It's so spooky. And the
Baldur's Gate?
caves are scary.
Like, Baldur's Gate is
No.
terrifying.
Terrifying.
Never know what we're gonna do next.
No, I'm
Especially
talking
when you go
about
to
Sons
camp and
of the
Astarion's
Forest.
in this underwear again.
Or I go
Um,
to see what Jazz is doing, and she's murdered like 10 people and broken 4 quests.
Yeah, that sounds right.
yeah. Yeah, we walk into Shares's Caress, and I'm like, oh, these people are alive in this game. It's right. Because in my game, I killed everybody. Except
You
2
hear-
people sitting at the
you-
table who were just watching.
you hear a lot of so and I'm just like, what did you do?
Oh, yeah.
So I started a
So
fight.
actually, I think that might have happened in the thing because it was Karlak talking to Gortash, and one of the options was go fuck yourself. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Jazz auto saved. And I'm just like, yeah. And Sheila's like, yeah. I'm like, we gotta. And this one, at least this one, we
And
get
then
to like
she
look into his mind. Like,
activated
yeah.
a
Whatever.
fight with the entire city right before we're supposed to go to bed. And I'm like, yeah, maybe not.
What was, I don't remember what it was, but it was like a choice between this and this. And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Gortash. And then they're
I'm
all
not.
like big, huge fight. And Sheila's like, there's a lot of guys and I'm really tired. It's really late. I'm like, no, I'm not actually gonna fight them. I auto saved. Just really want to tell him to go fuck himself.
There were so
Um,
many people.
But yeah, we did that, and we had our D&D game. We had our pre big finale game yesterday. Sheila cried.
Cried. I
um, you'll get your chance on your week. I don't want to give away too much of your thing, but next week is the finale of the campaign, and then most likely we're not going to start the next campaign until the new year. Well, we're not going to start till the new year, but I don't know at what point. I set up my Xbox. I can't show it to you right now because it's like right there. It's too close to show you. It's like it fits literally right underneath my monitors. I guess I can show it. So this is where I put it. So it fits like literally right underneath my monitors, which is like super convenient. It's my fancy old King Xbox, got a craft dinner sticker on it. And
Nice.
it is hooked up to my new capture device that came in. So that I'm gonna do, like I said last week, I'm gonna start playing some games. Fuck
Do
off.
you have to open the tray with one of these?
Nope, just a push of a button because it's in perfect condition.
Sucks.
I don't know what everybody like. I've never had any issues with any Xboxes, which is really funny. But I guess it's because I didn't play them after I got all the other things. But I have my stack of games ready to go in alphabetical order, so Alias is on the top. which I thought was really funny because when I was digging through to pull out, I have more games, as you can see, the big green stack over there. Those are the ones that are like
Is there
that.
2 Wii games in the middle of that? Like, what's
Yes,
the white?
yes, and they're both DDR.
What the fuck?
No, I think one's DDR and one's like, well, I don't know. The other Wii game I own that's not Resident Evil is probably Conduit. So I have Blood Rain on Xbox, on GameCube, and I was pretty sure I got it on PlayStation 2. But the only one I could find on PlayStation 2 is Blood Rain 2. So now I'm like, great, another game got missing. So yeah, I have to look for some games. But speaking of some games, Alec got me a game today. He's just like, enjoy your new game, and I was like, I don't have a new game that you know of. And he said he bought me a game on Steam called Finding Frankie. It was one of the games that I had put on my wish list to talk to you guys about once, and then I kind of vetoed because I was like, oh, I don't think it's like a big talk on the podcast about. And then I thought, well, maybe one day. Then I forgot about it, but I still wanted to get it. But then Alec got it for me, so thank you, Alec. I'm gonna try that soon, hopefully. I agree, survival horror fan. Super awesome games, except for that crap side scroller.
Man, that side scroller was garbage. I like side scrollers, and I hated it. I was barely able to get through it.
I don't really like side scrollers, but like I liked 1 and 2, and that was pretty much it. So the game that Alec got me, Finding Frankie, it's really like along the same lines of like, well, not along the same lines, but it's the vibes of Poppy Playtime, sorry. The one where you have like the hands and you have yeah. And you have to like run through the place that you're in, you're Finding Frankie. But you're doing parkour through the thing, and it's really hard to explain it. So I got the trailer and sent it to Sean so that we could watch it here. Just get ready for the music right at the start. But here's the trailer, and it just looks fun and crazy and hard. Yeah.
Welcome back, lucky contestant. We've missed you. Let's catch you up to speed on what's been going on. 4 lucky people from around the world have been brought here to the world's largest indoor trampoline, water, and parkour park. Once you arrive at the parkour palace, please suit up in the provided Frankie suit and mask. The mask conceals your voice and identity to avoid cheating with the other contestants.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premises of Frankie's Parkour Palace, who seem to be 3 of the 4 unfortunate contestants chosen to participate in the company's last game show before bankruptcy.
With over 3 stories of action-packed parkour obstacle courses, this is going to be a game show you won't never forget. Quick update for you, lucky contestant. The other contestants have mysteriously died. Not sure how that happened, but oh well, you're still left.
Oh well.
One contestant seems to still be on the premises and potentially alive.
Oh yeah, and it's like a horror thing too.
I want to
So, by
watch
the
you
way-
play that. That looks fun.
Right?
Yeah, it looks really cool.
So
The
it's like
gameplay kind of reminds me of like Mirror's Edge a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit Mirror's Edge, and
Yeah.
like it made me think a little bit of the like Murder Time Fun Time little side things that you can do in Saints Row.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it just like it's fun to see like one of those like horror type games, little like indie horrors that I like to play, but like it's a different style because you're parkouring through it rather than just like
Mhm.
running around. So I think it looks really cool.
Kind of like
Um,
surfing.
yeah, so thanks, Alec. I get to try that. I also a little bit today. It was gonna be longer, but I kept like passing out after eating 2 sandwiches. I was it's like food coma. I tried to play a PS2 game through the catalog on PlayStation called Mr. Mosquito. Been wanting listen, I'd been wanting to try it for a long time. I finally tried it today. And I was like, this game is fucking dumb. So I knew I wasn't in for like the fucking game of the year, but like first of all, you go in the kid's room and you're trying to sting the kid. First, they don't explain to you the controls. They're just like, here you go, you're a mosquito. And I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? And then the kid, you're like in a battle, and I'm like, how do I battle a human? And they give you like, they're like, oh, go for the relax spot. And it's right on her crotch. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
excuse me?
Of course it is.
What?
It's Mr. Mosquito.
They want you to suck what?
I'm here to suck your blood.
So I'm like, oh no, here comes Mr. Mosquito. So I'm like, okay. So when I finally figured out like what I'm supposed to do, and I'm like, oh, it's like more her belly button or something. Gotcha. I go
It's one
there,
of those
and then she
games.
does this really weird, awkward face when she's relaxed, and I'm like, and she goes back to bed, and then they want you to go suck her leg, and I'm like, I'm out. But also, I kept like crashing like everywhere. I
Do
couldn't
the
figure out how to
sus
land.
noises.
Yeah, I know. So, and I finally like I kept crashing. It took me like 10 times. I finally learned how to actually land and start sucking the blood. And then she's like, and I died. And I'm like, no, exit. I'm done. I'm game over. So I mean, I'd have to give it another shot, but I was like, it was too close to the podcast time, and I was like, this is stupid. But at least I'm glad I finally got to try it. It's such a dumb game.
Mr. Mosquito.
Mr. Mosquito, kill the damn mosquito. Yeah, so that's what I pretty much played this week. I got my show and tell. I got my big old collector's box of Lara Croft.
La 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 la.
It's a ouch. It's not a triangle, but it's like a triangle with a flat top.
Yeah, that's how the PC version was on the like the first I think 2 or 3 games came out on PC. They had that kind of like pyramid box thingy. So it's an homage to that, which is really cool.
Homage.
Mom.
Yeah. Fromage. So it's Lara. You got
That's
the
cool. I really like that picture.
Guardian of the Light and Temple of the Osiris, which are multiplayer games for the Nintendo Switch.
Right?
Yeah, so it's got really cool stuff inside. I opened it.
How could you? How
You have to
dare
open
you?
it to play it. Didn't like that. Like to open it, you have to open the side, and like immediately it bends the box.
Oh no.
But I don't really.
This
care
is
about
why you
boxes.
don't open it.
I don't really care about boxes, Sean.
Oh.
Some people play the games. It's okay.
Wow.
Play the games because Queen told me to. So it has like these 2 like art thingies. I'm assuming the other one's the one that like the art that we just saw. So I didn't take them out of the plastic.
That's cool.
I like how they're like all squished in here, all sandwiched. It's got the gam that has both gams on one. Well, both gams in the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the steelbook.
Did you check the case? Does it require download content?
Oh, I don't know.
I really hope it doesn't.
Where would it say that?
Either on the front, there'd be like a little like bubble or like a little bit of text that would say it, or it'd be on the back where it says like how many players and all that shit.
Oh no, It just says 1 to 4.
Good.
Yeah. It's got the steelbook has the stuff. It's got images inside, which is cool.
Images.
I like that it looks like a little notebook. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a steel book. This little like figure.
What is with the acrylic standees? Like those are super popular now.
I
Like
don't know.
I
every
think it's-
collector's edition has those now.
I think it's just because they're easy to produce.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
but I mean, they're also releasing them like separately. Like Resident Evil had that whole collection of acrylic standees. Like just out of nowhere, like those are a thing.
Because there's
On top-
there's a couple major manufacturers that have popped up able to do, like, those are one of the services they offer. So
But yeah,
It's cool that it has the physical soundtrack rather than a digital code.
yeah.
But
It's weird that they put the physical soundtrack for Temple of Osiris, like just the second game.
oh,
it's only the second game?
Yeah,
It's kind of weird.
but I mean, it's fine. It's cool.
Eh.
It's a big box, and it's I don't often get like collector's editions of stuff, so it was really cool that I got like 2 in the last like month, and I got another one coming soon. So
Nice.
yay stuff, and I can get back in the box. But yeah, that is my long ass week, and Alec,
Me.
how's your week?
Me.
Me?
If I'm a squirrel. No? Am I a squirrel?
No,
Nope,
Okay, cool.
not so far.
See how long that changes. Right. So I only played 2 games today. This week. Sons of the Forest. And I got Left 4 Dead working on the controller, so I was like, yay! I can play Left 4 Dead. Yay! But other than that, I've been busy doing other shit. Wrapping up presents for next year. But while I was doing that, I was watching a bunch of movies. I watched 7 movies.
7.
7. First one I watched was Spellbound on Netflix. Yeah. Starring Rachel Zegler.
What is wrong with you?
Also, who?
Yeah. It was at work, to be fair, so I did select it.
Was she insufferable in that as well?
Yes.
wow.
I was just like, yeah, okay. I'm not going to bother watching Snow White, although I wasn't going to anyway, but yeah. Yeah. I watched 30 Days of Nights, a vampire horror thriller movie. I quite like that one, so yeah, that's alright.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought it was decent. I was kind of hoping it'd be a little bit better because it was based on a graphic novel, and I don't know. I just thought it'd be a little bit cooler than it was, but it was good. I enjoyed it. The
one
ending was weird.
Yeah, the one nitpick I had with it is like I don't know, halfway through the movie, someone's screaming, they're all dying, and then there's the Wilhelm scream, "Ah, someone falling!"
Oh yeah,
And I'm like, oh, this takes me straight out of the movie.
yeah.
But,
I feel
yeah.
like they do that at this point as like a little in joke. Like everyone's gonna recognize that and be like, oh, ha, ha, ha. But yeah, I wish they wouldn't.
Yeah. I then watched the Sand horror movie. A bunch of teen party on a beach that goes wrong because there's a big octopus or something under the sand, so it just swallows people up. I have seen that film before, so yeah.
Yeah.
Then I probably watched the worst film I've watched in the series. So, watched a horrible film called Cut, made in the year 2000. An Australian young film crew try to finish an old horror movie, but find out it's actually evil. And it weirdly had Kylie Minogue in that piece of shit.
Who?
Yeah. Then I watched Captive, 2023. A group of friends decide to break and enter some rich man's house for the weekend, When they go in, they discover a man being locked in the basement. They free the bastard, and turns out to be a vampire. Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
yeah.
Turns out who
Uh,
was in that movie. Alec, what are you doing? You don't watch movies. What you can't be the guy who doesn't watch movies if you start watching movies.
I know, this is the thing. I was just like, alright, I'm gonna start watching movies. Then I watched Extraction, 2015 film starring Bruce Willis. Bruce plays an agent. Bad people kill Bruce's wife as his son watches. And 10 years later, the son is like, oh, I'm gonna be an unofficial agent and kill shit. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I watched Born to Fight, a 2011 film starring Steve Austin, about a new kid goes into school, has a passion for boxing, and doesn't win at the end. Great.
Sounds very uplifting.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That Bruce Willis movie, was that one of his good ones or his bad ones?
It was alright.
That is a false statement. I wish that were true. I love Bruce Willis, but he's been in, especially like his more recent stuff has been like really.
To be fair, he's barely in it.
Don't hide, Jazz.
What was that Quentin Tarantino movie he was in? Was garbage.
Wow. Pulp Fiction.
I actually did
Anyway.
like Pulp Fiction.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But no, I meant Grind.
Oh yeah.
Planet Terror.
Planet Terror. Yeah, yeah.
He just shows up. He's like, "Where's the shit?"
Right, show and tell. I haven't played it yet, but it's Super Mario Party Jamboree. Yay.
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 Yay!
Yay. Speaking of yay, Shayla, how was your week?
Pretty good. Other than like enjoying having the day off to play Suns on Thursday with Jazz. I also got to see Deadpool versus Wolverine finally. And have any of you guys seen it yet?
I have seen
Yeah.
it 2 times.
I liked it. I thought it was
Good.
funny. I liked the Wolverine and Deadpool parts the most, more than anything.
I mean, that was like most of the movie.
I know, but the references were cool, obviously, all the cameos. So a lot of them I had spoiled already, so they weren't like as much of a surprise.
Oh, that sucks.
I know. What else? It makes me want an X-Men movie really bad. Like I want a new X-Men movie. That's probably what'll get me excited back into Marvel.
It makes me want a new movie, but I don't know if it's too soon for spoilers for the cameos, but there's a cameo in there, and I really want to see another movie with him in it before he gets too old.
Yeah, I got a chuckle out of the jokes where Ryan Reynolds kept doing the 9 till you're 90.
Yeah.
So the big reveal is my show and tell, and I'll share my camera with y'all, so you can see my PS5.
Why does it look like that?
Yeah, it
It
looks
has
weird.
it has a custom
Oh, okay.
case. Yeah. It's custom case, so it doesn't have the weird Kaiba jacket.
It's so small.
It's still pretty big. And then I still have my other games coming, but they don't arrive till Monday. But I had a GameStop card, and they were doing buy 2 get 1 free, so I got some games. I got Devil May Cry 5.
Nice.
Yes. I got this one. I got for the you guys are probably, I don't know how you guys are going to receive this game, but I got it for the memes. I feel like this game has potential for machinima cuz it's so ridiculous. Stranger of Paradise. This is the one where the dude's a major edgelord, and there's like even part where he's like, "I don't give a shit," and then puts on some like new metal, like Limp Bizkit wannabe music, and like walks away. And the protagonist of this is just very, and he's like obsessed, like, "Oh my god, I'm just out to get the chaos." And like, there's this part where they like discover there's evidence of the theory of chaos, and he's like, "I knew it. Try to tell you guys." It's just, I don't know. It's a very like cheesy but meme. I'm excited about this one, but it's the like actiony Final Fantasy.
I started it, like, I played a little bit of it when it came out, and it seemed like it was pretty good. I guess I wasn't in the
You
mood
fell
for it.
off.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to it, but the little bit that I played, I thought it was good. It's just one of those things where it's like, it just doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy game, and, like,
Oh yeah, not at
when I
all.
bought it, it says Final Fantasy, so what am I expecting? A Final
Right?
Fantasy game, so, like, I didn't get that, and
Yeah,
I
it is
just wasn't
not.
that's not the game I wanted to play at the
Mm,
time, so I just kind of fell
right.
off. But what was there
Yeah.
seemed good, so
Mhm.
eventually I'll go back to it, and I think it'll be fine.
And then for my free game, I got. You know, I had to do it
How did you not have that already?
because I have it on PC.
Ah, you didn't even have it physical. God damn it. You
Well,
could
now
have
I
at least
do.
had it on PS4.
Now I have it.
That's
Shush.
fine.
And then this was new, but I had like a $5 credit, and it was on sale, so I got Sonic X Shadow Generation.
Gross. I'm just
What?
kidding. I want it.
I was gonna say it's really cool. Everybody, like my roommate, acted the same way. He's like lame, and I'm like, I'm really
I'm just
excited
kidding.
about
It's so easy to
this.
hate on Sonic. Poor Sonic. I like Sonic. He's been through a lot. He's had a hard life.
It's not his fault. He grew up in a gangster's paradise.
So yeah, I got some games to play. Oh, and then I'm gonna talk. So I got these just before the podcast. I wanted to talk about the stuff that I played.
Before
Besides
that, I
Sons
have
of the.
one question.
What's
Where
that?
the hell is Stellar Blade?
I just didn't have enough money. These were like
Baldur's
These were
Gate.
like $15 games. I didn't have enough. Like all
Hmm,
of these were under $20. So I either had to get like one game, one really expensive game, or I could get like you know what I mean? So I went with the
yeah,
cheaper stuff instead of just because
yeah.
I almost was gonna. I wanted to get the Zelda game actually, but they didn't have it. They were sold out.
For
So
PS5?
no, for Switch.
Which one?
What about
The
Baldur's Gate?
new Zelda. I'm getting
Oh,
Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate comes Monday. So I have Baldur's Gate, Shadows of the Damned, and Lollipop Chainsaw coming, but it won't be here till Monday. I was like hoping it would show up today, but according to the tracking number, it's not till Monday.
if you can, you
So
should try to get Stellar Blade because it's on sale. It's like 30 bucks off.
well, so what? So when I was gonna get to the games that I played, um, so it was only $15 to upgrade my PlayStation to the like highest tier because the years or my year's almost up and they prorate it. So I paid the $15 and got like the highest tier of PlayStation Plus, and it let me play Stellar Blade. So I did get to play Stellar Blade, and it's about what I expected because when they first announced it, I was hoping it was gonna be more Devil May Cry and less Dark Souls, but I do like Dark Souls, so, like, um, I'm digging it. I'm just really been itching for kind of more, like, like, super hack and slashy type game, which is why I ended up going with Devil May Cry 5. But
To be fair, it kind of is more of like a hack and slash game. It's got a weird start. It starts a lot slower, but like
mhm,
as the world opens up, it gets more like actiony and like you get more abilities that make it more kind of like Devil May Cry, where you can like do
okay,
do more comboing and juggling and more abilities and stuff like that. So yeah, just
okay,
because at first it was different than what I was expecting, but it becomes what I thought it would be later, if that
okay.
makes sense.
Because so far I absolutely love it. I think it's I love Eve. I love the like art style and the way it looks and everything about it so far I really like. I don't have any complaints as far as what I've played so far.
So far.
Well, I don't know. I had really high hopes for it, so but it's so far it's other than, it just not being like super fast paced. I like it a lot. Um and then I played a little Sonic Superstars, but that's what got me, and I like that a lot too, but that's what got me itching to play like the new generations one because I was told that's like the better one. Um And I wanted to mention, I thought this one was really important because I've always kind of avoided Ratchet and Clank because I thought the characters look kind of goofy. I just not really a fan of that particular style. I don't know why. I think it's something about the uncanny valleyness of the way they do his eyes. But I was recommended Rift Apart and it was free with the plus I got. And I am super impressed with how, like, gorgeous that game is. Like, I was really surprised. It plays really good and it looks really good. It looks like you're playing like a Pixar movie. Um, Only better. And then it utilizes a lot of the PlayStation 5's unique controller stuff. Like it creates tension on the when you turn your thing into a gun, it creates tension on the trigger and actually feels like you're shooting a gun, like you can feel it like give that bounce back. And of course, why are you laughing?
Because she's 4 years old.
Who?
Oh, 5. My bad. My bad.
Who?
Jazz.
Oh. Well, I don't have to talk about it anymore,
She's
but
thinking dirty with the words you're
You said
choosing.
something funny.
oh.
And then
Well-
Alec raised his eyebrow and that made me lose it.
So am I the only one that's kind of like not impressed by the DualShock or the DualSense controller shit?
I'm not
Like-
impressed by it. I was just this particular game is like it felt like, oh, let's use everything like incorporate everything that's unique about the PlayStation 5 into this game because it's only going to be on PlayStation 5 and it shows and I don't know, I just was the game's looks incredible.
Like I pretty much broke my controller right out the gate because like I guess I didn't understand it because like the first game I played was Resident Evil 4 remake, I think, or yeah, I think that's what I played. But the game that I played, like I was trying to shoot, I was squeezing the triggers and like it was like pushing against me, like it was resisting me trying to pull the
It's
trigger.
weird the first time it happens.
So like I was fighting against that. So I was just squeezing harder to get it to
And you broke it?
register right. And now it's just like it still works okay. It's just like now they're like looser than they're supposed to be. They don't really have much resistance.
You need to take it easy.
But like why would it do that? Like I understand like how that could be effective, but like when I'm just pulling the trigger to shoot my gun, like why am I getting tons of resistance on the triggers? Like it makes sense to resist like when you're, putting on the gas in a car, you're driving, so there's resistance. So like the more you squeeze, it it speeds up the car and it gives you that kind of, I don't know, it would feel more natural to have resistance on something like that. But when you're just pulling a trigger to shoot your gun, like I don't want to feel like I just barely touched the trigger. Like it should feel good when I squeeze the trigger to fire my gun, not like it's fighting against me. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just felt really weird. It seemed like a weird way to implement something like that. And maybe it was just a case of like, I picked a wrong game for my first experience, but I don't know. After that, it just kind of ruined the whole thing for me.
Well, I don't think you should let it ruin you from
It's true.
if you have a chance to play Ratchet and Clank, you should at least try it because it like I was actually taken aback with how like good the set pieces of the backgrounds look and the way it does that cinematic like it kind of like the focus moves in the like a camera lens, so it does really look like you're playing like a cartoon or a Pixar movie with the way it does like the foreshortening and whatnot. I don't know. I was really impressed with the game. I'd actually kind of wish my TV, like I was like, wow, and I just have like a regular ass flat screen. Like I wonder what it'd look like on an actual like nice 4K TV. But yeah, I guess that was my week. Sean, how was your week? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. It was kind of a weird one. Um, Everybody was pretty much sick, so it was just me and my mom and my brother Chase. So it was just a little family Thanksgiving thingy, but it was good. Food was good. Spent time with each other. That's all that matters. I watched a little bit more Cobra Kai. I restarted the last season because it's been a while since I started it, so want to watch the second half of the last season. So I watched the first half again. More Warrior Nun, um, Anyone But You, and for Thanksgiving we always watch a Christmas movie. So we picked Die Hard, of course.
That's
What?
awesome.
Look, what's wrong with watching? It's like Thanksgiving kind of kicks
Approved,
off
as approved.
the Christmas season. So yeah, always watch a Christmas movie.
I plan on watching it every day of December.
What the fuck? It's a lot. I played Sons of the Forest, and I do like it, but I need to spend more time with it because it's way more complicated than the first one. There's a lot more going on in that game, so I just need to figure out the systems and stuff. But I think I'll like that. I played more Slitterhead. I beat the game. I got all the trophies except for the hard and nightmare difficulty trophies. Cause like it's so annoying. They were hidden. Like why of all the trophies to hide, why would you hide the difficulty ones? Like I want to know like is there a point to playing it on hard like out the gate or not? Like I don't want to have to beat the game on normal and then find out later, oh, got to run through it again to get the difficulty trophies. I fucking hate that. But anyways, it's fine. I should have that platinum. Um but I was thinking about maybe streaming the hard run to get the last two trophies because there's a hard difficulty and a nightmare difficulty, and those are the only two that I need for the platinum. But when I was playing it initially, I thought I would see if I could cheese it. So like during the last boss, I dropped down the difficulty I raised the difficulty up one to see if I could beat the boss and then get the trophies that way. It didn't work. But initially I tried to do it on nightmare. Wow, it's really difficult. I couldn't do it. I fought that boss like probably 15, 20 times and I couldn't beat him. And like all my characters were maxed out in level. Like I was in a good position to be able to do it and I couldn't fucking do it. So I dropped it down to hard and beat it that way and it didn't give me the trophy. So I'm going to have to go back and do a full nightmare run to unlock those trophies and it's going to be an ordeal. So I don't know. I kind of want to do it, but if I do it, I want to kind of get something out of it, like maybe do a stream or something like that. But like doing another just dry run through it on Nightmare does not sound like it does not sound appealing to me. But it could make for a good stream. We'll see. I also played System Shock Remake, and it's really good. It's one of the kind of OG first-person shooter RPGs
Right.
back in the 90s. And they remade it recently and it's really really good. They did a really good job with it. It's not like a reimagining. It's very true to the original. They just kind of made all the graphics look better and kind of put in the quality of life stuff and whatnot that they typically do. But I'm glad that they didn't modernize it to make it like more like a typical first person shooter. It still very much like feels like an RPG of that era. But it's good. Um, there's some annoying things about it. um, there's a couple areas in that game where it's like there's radiation. So like large sections of the game too, where like your health is just constantly draining. And it's kind of a survival horror game in a way where it's like it's very like managing space in your inventory and very limited healing items and stuff like that, limited ammunition. Well, there's a lot of ammo, but very limited on healing items and stuff like that. So, and you also have to manage your shield. And like when you're in these areas where it's constantly radiated, it's constantly draining your shield and your health. and you're like going through these mazes and trying to figure shit out and stuff like that. So when your health is always draining like that, it was kind of annoying. I didn't like that. And of course, with any modern game, it crashed 7 or 8 fucking times
Is that right?
constantly. And one of the crashes took about 3 hours away from me. So that really pissed me off. I almost quit playing the game at that point. And a couple of the others took like an hour or so. So collectively, I lost like fucking 6 or 7 hours of my playthrough just because the game kept crashing. It's really annoying. Like, just how hard is it to make a game stable enough that it can just run? Like, why are those days gone? It's so annoying. I hate playing modern games because I expect it to perform shitty and crash a lot, and it shouldn't be that way. But anywho, it's fine. um, yeah, once I'm almost done with it. Once I'm done with it, I should have all the trophies except for the hard difficulty. And that one I'm probably not going to go for just because that game is just like one giant maze, and there's like a 10-hour time limit. Like, you have to beat the game within 10 hours on the hardest difficulty. And that just sounds really stressful, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'll get all the trophies except for the hard difficulty one, and then that'll give me a reason to go back and play it again down the road, way down the road, when I've forgotten all about that game.
All the way down.
But outside of that, it's really good. Really enjoying it. Oh, and look, just to give you an idea, this is one of the maps. Like, when I'm talking about the game
Whoa.
is like a big maze, that's one of, I think, 10 different maps, and they're all like that. And, it's not straightforward. It's like throughout that whole map, like, there's locked doors all over the places and puzzles you got to solve and different levels to it and shit like that. It's insane. Like, that game's no joke.
Is that all one floor, that map, or are there like stairs?
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't even show that. There's multiple levels, tunnels, stairs, and shit like that. That just kind of shows you like a broad look of the general map. That's not even all of it.
We struggle enough with Lethal, let alone now.
Like, you have to live in your
Yeah.
map. It's crazy. And like, just like the original, it was made in an era where they weren't hand holding you, walking you through the whole game. So like, the puzzles are pretty convoluted sometimes. I had to look up guides a couple of times to get through that. And the puzzles are randomized. So like, going back to like, oh, you got to run through it on the hardest difficulty in under 10 hours. And all the puzzles are harder and random. Like, nah, nah, bro. But yeah, good game. I definitely recommend it. And Alec got to me Hollow Body, so I'm gonna play that this week. It's a survival horror game that looks really cool. We talked about it on the podcast quite a while ago, probably a good year ago. But it's just an indie survival horror game that looks really cool. So thank you, Alec. I will play that soon. Hopefully it's not garbage. It looks really cool.
Hopefully it is garbage.
How dare you? How dare you?
Although it can't be any worse than Agony.
That's not possible. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Or
Village?
Old fear.
yes, to both of those.
You see it? You see it?
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
It's back there. I've done it.
Don't it?
It will live on forever. And I downloaded Dino Crisis and Resident Evil Director's Cut on PS5 because apparently they're free if you bought them on PS3, which is really cool that they did that. I mean, it should have been that way to begin with. Like, it's not like they didn't do anything to it. They didn't like up the graphics or the resolution or tinker with it. It's literally the exact same thing that you bought on the PS3 fucking what, 15 20 years ago or whatever the fuck. So there's no reason to have to buy that again just to have access to it on the PS5. So the
I
fact
gotta
that they
buy
had
it
the
again.
fucking audacity to put that shit behind a premium paywall was ridiculous. So the fact that they dialed that back and gave it for free to people that already bought it, I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, I have those now.
Nice.
And finally, I downloaded Source Filmmaker. Kind of going through the machinima stuff kind of made me want to tinker with that and see if I can make something with it, because I really like the idea of being able to control the models and the camera angles and animations and lip sync and stuff like that. It's a lot more work, but hopefully I can figure it out. It looks very complicated, so I don't know if anything's going to come out of it. But I would like to be able to have that freedom to just kind of create anything that I want in a machinima. So we'll see. When I have time, I'm going to kind of read through some tutorials and guides and stuff like that. I already have the software. And I was hoping I could just open up the software and kind of click around and figure it out, but no, it's way too complicated for that. I couldn't even figure out like how to import anything like an environment or a character model. So let alone animate anything. But yeah, we'll see what comes of that. Hopefully I can figure it out. And show and tell. You mentioned this, Shayla, but mine showed up. Lollipop.
Yay!
Since I just went through the game to get the platinum on the original version, so I don't know if I'm gonna play it immediately or not. I kind of want to do it, but if I do it, I'm gonna want to get the platinum, and I don't know if I'm up for it right now. So I might wait a little bit and go back to it later. But I'm glad that I have it finally.
At least
Yeah,
it'll
I
be fresh
can't
in
wait to
your
get my
mind.
copy.
What's that?
At least it'll be fresh in your mind if you do it. You'll be like, oh, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's true. And I am curious because like I want to go through the censored mode and see like what they did just out of curiosity. It's just gonna make me angry, but but I want to know to
No.
know. I just want to know. I
I
want to
haven't
know what they
played
did
the
to my baby.
original in a long time.
Yeah. And I kind of want to do that while the original is fresh in my mind so that I can kind of compare it a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see.
Was
But they
that your first time playing through the original?
no.
Oh,
I almost got the platinum when it came out,
okay.
but at the time when I played it, I didn't have internet access. So like there was one trophy that I
Damn.
couldn't get because you have to upload your playthrough to the leaderboards online.
Oh, wow.
So and then since I got my repop copy on limited run games, I knew I was going to have to wait a long time before I got it. So I
Yeah.
figured, hey, since I want to play it, I'll just pop in the original and get that platinum. So I just did it that way. But yeah, and there's new content in it too, and I think they did like new hairstyles, new costumes, and stuff like that. So I do kind of want to see that too, but I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of games to play. And then when I was looking at my Switch stuff, I saw this game. Has anybody heard of this game? Probably
What
not.
is it?
This game got censored. It's Omega Labyrinth, and it got censored on PS4, and it's uncensored on the Switch. But
Oh, interesting.
like on the back of the box, it says
Is it a booby game?
legit. Yeah, kind of. It says legitimate with a question mark. Roguelike RPG that can be played and enjoyed many times. So it's questioning its own legitimacy. And
Okay.
one of the mechanics, feel your chest blossom as you defeat your enemies. The bigger your chest gets, the mightier you become.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
there you
It
go.
is a booby game, literally.
Yeah. It
Jaboobs.
sounds so stupid.
It
But
doesn't make sense that it was censored on PS4 but not on the Switch.
wouldn't you think it'd be the other way
Right?
around?
The other
But
way.
no.
Yeah.
Now there's tons of games that get
What?
censored on PlayStation that are uncensored on Switch for some reason. I don't
Nintendo's
know
like,
why.
oh yeah, well, we like boobies.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because it's anime boobies. They're
Give
like,
your kids
whatever.
boobies. And this I don't think this actually came out in the US, so this is the Asia English version. I imported it a long time ago.
That's why.
Yeah,
But,
that's why.
yeah, but it's just dumb. It's like fucking level up your booby mechanics, and it's also like a farming simulator / RPG. Like it's
Sounds like my kind of
it's
game.
just a bunch of weird, random, goofy shit, and I love that. I love that about video games, and that's part of why I don't like censorship is because like censorship kills stuff like that. These unique, goofy, silly games that I really enjoy. Like there's not a ton of them as it is, but like when you start censoring them, like that whole idea is just going to evaporate, and that makes me sad. Give me my stupid booby games.
Da boobies. Give me da boobies.
But anywho, Jazz, you have another video, right?
I do. So it's when Sean showed the video of Xbox, with everything's in Xbox. So I came across one that I think was released on PlayStation's YouTube like a couple weeks ago. and it's their whole like play has no limits, and so they made a video, and it's kind of like I don't know if it plays on TV because I don't watch TV, like I don't watch live TV, but
Does
it looks like,
anybody at this point?
I mean, upstairs. The only time I actually watch is when I go upstairs and hang out
Old
with Noreen
people?
or like make food or whatever. She watches the news and she watches shows and stuff. But
Yeah.
like, there's I just thought it was a really cool video, and I just thought, I'm like, hey, like Sony does it so much better than Xbox for their marketing and stuff. So I just wanted to share it. It looks really cool. It's sourced directly from PlayStation, so it still has their stamp on it, but yeah, I wanted to share it with you guys. Stupid, but it's great.
It's traffic lights, a PlayStation.
That dude's like, what the fuck?
Well, I feel just like a child. Yeah, I feel just like a child. Well, I feel just like a child. Well, I feel just like a child. From my womb to my tomb,
I think it's more like-
I guess I'll always be
like,
a child.
Get people to go out and play again, but it's still like video games.
There's nothing we
It's
need
like
to
a
hear.
nut. You
There's
can
no-
play outside.
There's nothing we need to hear, right? Because I'm gonna mute this so we don't get a copyright claim on it.
No, it's just the music.
Because like, yeah, that sounds like a licensed song, and it's way
Hey,
more awkward
I
without the
don't you
music, which
know?
is great.
Yeah.
But no, this is
say-
way better. Like this takes the whole idea of like what Microsoft is trying to accomplish and just like having fun with it. Like this is way better.
Right?
We can
Rather
always do
than
our version of it.
this taco salad is an Xbox or
It's
whatever
an
the fuck.
Xbox.
Give
Like, this
your
is way
child
more
some
fun.
boobs. Give your child some boobs.
And I like that initially everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The hell is going on?
I know, I like that there's still some people that are confused, but like they're like,
Yeah,
you
they
can
say
play
no.
anywhere, but it's still a console that you have to be inside to play.
Mhm.
But it's not
Yeah.
like, oh, this building is an Xbox. It's just like literally like I just find they're so much better at marketing, and like it's not people looking at their commercial like, the fuck, like, is this banana an Xbox? Oh shit, my coffee's an Xbox. Oh wait, what did I do earlier? Hang on. I was like, oh shit, guys, what's going on here?
I'm an Xbox.
I'm an Xbox. Help me!
Yeah.
Help me, everybody!
Yeah.
I'm an
It's-
Xbox.
I'm an Xbox.
It's just kind of sad that like that was kind of just something that Sony came up with like in passing along the way. And then they did it way better than Xbox, who's like making that their whole identity right now. You know, like that's their primary focus, and they couldn't do it nearly as good as Sony did as kind of like a one-off.
Yeah. I'm
But
just-
Perhaps Microsoft should ask Jaguar on how to advertise.
oh god, it's funny too. Like every time I think about like PlayStation versus Xbox marketing, I always think about that video when Xbox was going to be like an all digital online connected piece of shit, and Sony did that response video where it's like, how do you share your games? And they just had a physical copy and they're like, here you go. But on Xbox initially it was this complicated licensing system where you had to like be like, oh, these are my friends and I'm going to allow so and so to borrow this game, and blah, blah, like it's super complicated. And Sony's just like, that's fucking stupid. This is how you share games. It was so good. Sony has their moments. They're not the greatest company ever, but they have their moments. But anyways, it's time for some news.
Time for some boobs.
Time for the boobs, all the boobs. Sorry to keep shitting on your game, Jazz, but it's
That's what you do.
it's what I do. I shit on all the games. I should if I'm allowed to shit on Resident Evil, I can shit on anything because I
Yeah,
love
he
Resident
shits on
Evil.
everything I play too. So
I shit on
Um,
everything I play, not everything, and that's an important distinction. I don't shit on everything. I just shit on the things that are asking to be shat on.
I shit on
Okay.
everything.
Yeah, that's Alec, not me. Anywho, news. Star Wars Outlaws launches on Steam with a chance to pull in the numbers Ubisoft was hoping to get on the console release. So this is kind of a second chance for them to hit their initial goals that they failed to do originally. Unfortunately for them, they didn't. Right now, the game has 2,111 players in the game with a peak of 2,492. Not good. Another 2.5 thousand players isn't really going to do anything to really help that game be successful. And that's a pretty rough launch for any AAA game at all, let alone like a massive, $100 million, multiple hundreds of $1 million Star Wars IP. So, yeah. So they had two launches. Both of them did not do very well. Ubisoft is allegedly pressuring Steam to remove the concurrent player count feature as it's, quote, damaging the company's image. I mean, like we just talked about, that's not a good look for a game to be not doing that well. And sometimes that can kind of cascade. People look at the poor performance and the perception through the media, and that can impact sales. Like people might decide not to buy the game based on popular opinion or perception. I get that, but still, that's not. You shouldn't be censoring people's voices and stuff like that. They should be transparent. But the supposed leaker, who is said to be close to Ubisoft, says Ubisoft and other companies want to pressure Steam to stop the tracker from giving out information. They want to keep that information to themselves. They want to be able to present findings to investors so they can make it sound good. That's what the insider is saying is going on. And that makes a lot of sense. A lot of these big companies are trying to essentially get away with things. They want to get away with shitty practices because it benefits them as a company. So the less transparency that they have, the better it is for the company, right? You okay over there, Alec? Oh. But yeah, it's kind of irritating that like where people are using the tools that they have at their disposal to kind of gauge like how things are doing, like what success looks like or lack thereof, by using things like the concurrent player count on Steam, like just numbers in general. Like companies like this should be transparent about like how well is it selling, and what do the reviews look like, and these are all things that will contribute to people like investing their money in a game. Is it selling well? Yes. Well, why is it selling well? Is it reviewing high? Well, why is that? Is it good? Is the story good? Is the gameplay good? Is it bad? Like these are things that you need to be aware of before you make your purchase, especially as games get more and more expensive. We should be more and more informed before we dive in and start dropping our money. So like if a game I'm excited about is selling really piss poor, it's kind of a red flag. I should be able to look that up and be aware of that. And then I can dig into it. Like, okay, well, why is it not selling well? And then you can look up articles online, you can look at reviews and be like, oh, okay, well, that's why it's not selling well. And then you can make an informed decision. Like, is that a make or break thing for you? Maybe, maybe not. You could be like, oh, okay, well, these are the reasons. That's not a big deal to me. I'm going to buy it anyway. But you should have that information accessible to make an educated decision rather than just tucking all this shit under the rug and just expecting people to buy it and experience it. And that's just not good. That's not the right thing to do for the consumers. Any thoughts on that?
No.
If you think I'm wrong, I'd love to hear your thoughts.
No, I don't really have, like, it's true that, like, I mean, the numbers don't lie. Can't really go against it. I've just been entranced by, like, where the fuck are her pupils? And why is her hair blonde? But
I think it's just the lighting in that picture.
no, she has weird eyes. Like they tried to make her look like Ray, but not really.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just like at the same time looking at the reviews, and it's weird that on Steam it says like it's mostly like overwhelmingly positive or something, but like again, if you're looking at the amount of people that play it, then it doesn't really like Steam reviews don't really make a difference in if you have like 5 people who review it, you're only looking at 5 people, right? So
yeah. And this is one of those games where it's been a while since I looked at it, but you got to look at all the reviews. Like the access media, which is like your IGNs and your, your big coverage kind of companies that are reviewing these games and contributing to like a Metacritic score, like those are typically high, but that's because like they're essentially bought and paid for, like they get the game for free, they're building relationships with the reviewers and the companies and stuff like that. So you got to also look at like what are the consumers saying, and on Steam, like that's probably a more fair representation compared to something like Metacritic. But um, you still have to consider like how many people like did get a copy of it, like a YouTuber or whatever kind of reviewer that just got a copy, reviewed it, and put that up on Steam as part of their partnership or whatever. Like YouTube has changed that kind of dynamic quite a bit because there's tons and tons of YouTubers out there. So if somebody's willing to like give you positive feedback at the cost of like a free copy, they're going to pay that price, and that happens a lot. So I don't know, it kind of muddies the water a little bit.
yeah.
And this is another what was the game? Oh, Dragon Age Veilguard, where they were kind of trying to suppress negative reviews and trying to kind of control like who was reviewing it and what information was shared. This game was also handled in a similar manner, where Ubisoft was like holding press events and inviting certain people. And, they were, if it wasn't a positive review, they weren't allowed to publicly release that review until a certain date and stuff like that. So there was some shady shit going on in regard to like how this game was reviewed and perceived. So I don't know.
I still don't understand like what people like find so bad about it because like I've like having played it, I'm like it's a good game. And I've had like no issues with it. So I'm just like I can see on the PC like PC games tend to have more like issues like if it's a big game than on the consoles because when it's a console game first and they then bring it to the PC like it's harder to make it adaptable or whatever I find. But it's just I don't know.
I mean, I don't know to what extent all the literally hundreds of patches fixed. um, but initially, like the game was very, very broken. Like the game was crashing. The game was like um, the stealth areas like were really poorly put together. The enemy AI like hardly worked half the time. Like shooting the enemies and stuff like that wasn't registering a lot of the times. There's just tons of broken mechanics and really shitty gameplay elements.
No,
You'd be driving your speeder across like an open space and hit an invisible wall, and it would like throw your character off into the fucking sky and shit like that. And these were regular occurrences that were happening to like everybody that was playing the game within the launch week.
yeah, but like I guess like there's been fixes and like I don't know. I don't understand how it's still like having such a hard time. It's
Well, we've talked about like sales being
yeah,
important when the game launches. Like that's if you miss that window, like
yeah,
that's kind of it. You're done. So, but beyond that, like I feel like that's just not an excuse to be like, oh, it was a complete garbage shit show when we launched it, but it's great now. I feel like that's not okay. That's not acceptable because we're like when we say that that's fine, then guess what's going to continue to happen? Games are going to launch in that state. So we should be more critical of that kind of stuff. If a game comes out, like, we shouldn't be setting the expectation that, like, oh, it's okay that it's a broken piece of shit now, and then in 30 days or 2 weeks or whatever that is, it'll be functional. Like, that's not right. If you're going to do that, then charge like half price, launch the game at $30.
Oh yeah,
And if you're willing to
game
buy
should
it day
reduce
one,
now. Like,
well, no, I mean, it should be flip-flopped. It should be like, it should be cheaper when it comes out because it's objectively worse than later on. If you buy it day one and you're supporting it, you're going to get a worse experience than somebody that buys it, 2-3 months down the road, because they're going to implement all these patches and stuff like that. So, like, the people that were there to support it initially kind of get the raw deal, the raw end of the stick. And it shouldn't be that way, because they're counting on those initial numbers. Those people who get the shittier experience, they need them to buy in at full price, or the game's going to fail. So, like, it's a lose-lose situation. Not enough people are going to buy it initially because, it's broken and it doesn't function the way that it should, and the company's not going to sell enough copies to justify its existence. So, like, it's important that they release it in a stable state. Just like I'm always talking about, like, every game that I play, every modern game that I play, crash, 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 crash. Like, there's no respect for my time. Like, me losing 3 hours here and 2 hours there and 2 hours there, like, that adds up to, like, oh, I could have beat another game. Like, why should I have to fucking deal with that when I supported their game? Like, I'm just expecting a functional game. It's just annoying. And it just, as things get more expensive and they expect more microtransactions and DLC and season passes and battle passes, and they keep asking more and more and more, and keep giving less and less and less, and the more we say that that's okay, the worse it's going to get, is my problem with it. And ultimately, at the end of the day, like, this is like, this game is only going to exist for a window of time because it's an online only game anyway. So it's like, I hate that. Like, there's games like, fuck, Cold Fear. I bought that a long time ago, and that is an old game, and I just recently beat that. Like, I can't do that for a game like this. If I bought this game when I bought Cold Fear, and I waited that same amount of time to play it, this game would be inaccessible because it needs to be connected to the internet to play. So, like, that's a sale that you're gonna lose. No, you have to be connected to the internet to play this game, period. So when the server goes down and it can't authenticate, like, this game, disc or not, will not be playable at all. So, but what I'm saying is, like, okay, well, normally I'm okay with buying a game. Like, I'll buy a game day one and support that game and not play it for 10 years, and that's my prerogative. But if I know that I can't do that because the game's not going to be playable, it's not going to be able to connect to the internet to play it, then that's a sale that they're going to lose, because I can no longer, like, it makes no sense for me to buy that game if I know that it's only playable for a window of time. I can't go back and play it when I want to play it.
gotcha.
And it just, like, why make it that way is my thing. The only thing that happens is they get more control over the IP or over the release. If they don't want to pay for upkeep of the servers and they want to release the remastered edition down the road, like, that gives them the control to be able to do something like that at the expense of the gamer, and they shouldn't do it like that. It's a single player. I don't think there's any multiplayer on this game whatsoever. So why? Like, do you see a reason why they should do that? Like, I see no benefit to that.
No. No.
Yeah. I don't know. I miss the days when things were complete. I have no sympathy for a game that gets crushed like this when it's released in the state that it's released, and the company's doing shitty practices, like making you have to connect to the internet and shit like that to play your game. Like, it could even just be like, you lose internet sometimes, like everybody does. I do. So, like, what if it's your day off and you want to play this game, but your internet's down for that day. Like why should you not be able to play your game just because they implemented this pointless system so that they could maintain control over their game?
I wonder what would happen if I played this game when I'm in squirrel mode.
When you're on what? Squirrel mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of games that I have, like, that I've just accumulated over time that have varying elements of like having to be connected to the internet that are not transparent to the consumer. I was going to talk about that today, but I didn't have time, so we'll probably talk about it next week. But it's just like there's no reason for the video game ecosystem to be anti-consumer is my problem. So like when I see this broken games, mandatory online connectivity, you know, delisting games in favor of like a remaster or something, like there's so many shitty things going on within the industry that like I feel like it's important to call them out. It's not about like shitting on games or being negative in general. It's about pointing out these bad practices so that people are aware of it before they decide to spend their money. Because to me personally, I don't think that we should be supporting things like that. Like I would like to at least try out that Star Wars game, if for nothing less than to just have a full fleshed out opinion of it. And there are elements of it that look like it would be fun. But if I do that, like I'm contributing to something that I don't believe in, and I don't think that's I would feel gross about that. You know, I don't want to support something that I think is anti video game industry. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I want things to be better. And the only way that I can contribute to things being better is by picking and choosing where I'm spending my money. So, and then calling out bad practices as I see them is it. You guys have anything to add to that? I mean, if you have counter opinions, I would love to hear.
No.
The thing is that I haven't played the game, so I can't really weigh on this game.
Mhm.
I do like that Steam seems to be really trying to keep things transparent. And I don't know why they should even get so worked up about, because it's not like it's reflecting all of the numbers. It's just reflecting PC gamers, and ultimately, like this slice of pie that PKC gamers take up, like I don't think are half. I don't know. I'd have to see like how much do PC gamers weigh in when it comes to like overall sales of a game.
I'm sure it's a big portion, I would think. I mean, honestly, I would have expected this game to do infinitely better on PC than on console, especially being a shooter, you know?
Hmm.
It's not a first person shooter, but it's still like you're going to get the benefit of using a mouse and keyboard because you're going to be, you know, you're going to have more control over your character and more speed and stuff like that. So there's definitely a market for that. So to see that it did even worse on console is kind of telling to me. But it's just like, even for me, like I get the perspective of like, oh, you know, I should play it first before I have like a full opinion on it. But at the same time, the damage is kind of done at that point. Like, should you be expected to buy it before you say anything and to play it? You know, like maybe just kind of do your research and look into it and see what's going on. And because like if you've already bought it just to play it, you've already supported it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just think, you know, like I said, Steam's been dropping some W's lately, so
Yeah. And
good
honestly,
on
the way
them to continue. I say good on Steam for standing their ground as far as like showing or having transparency on their user base.
Yeah, and I do like that I think Steam does a really good job of giving you the opportunity to kind of form an opinion, a valid opinion, by playing it, because they have that 2-hour window. You can play it for
Mhm.
up to 2 hours and get a full refund. That's great. I feel like every platform should do that so that it's fair. You know, and anybody of any opinion can sit down, give it a couple of hours, and is it
Yeah,
good? Is it bad?
I think
And
the
then you're
Steam
not
rating
supporting it.
I think Steam ratings in general are really nice because you can upvote and downvote them. They have dates and times, so it's like you can see did the bad reviews, most of the bad reviews like come out at launch, and now they're more positive. Like you can sort by, you can really like it allows you to do more research on a game, and I think that's great. Be more
Yeah.
informed before you buy something. Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
and yeah, I think that's the best way to do that because you can play it and you're not committed to spending that money, and then you
Mhm.
can go from there. Yep. Alrighty. Anyways, uh, speaking of Dragon Age, I feel like I talk about both of these two games every week, but it's because they're fucking big trash fires. But the Dragon Age Veilguard situation gets even more ridiculous as the Facebook group is now banning people who use the laugh reaction. So this isn't directly related to the game itself. It's more about the community around it. The group admin Ezra Wren posted the following. Please remember that using laugh reactions on posts or comments that are not intended to be funny will lead to removal from the group as we aim to maintain a positive atmosphere. If your intention is to troll, promote negativity, or use reaction emojis as a weapon, we cannot guarantee that you will be allowed to stay. Feel free to laugh react to this too, so I can weed some of you out now. Like this is the same kind of mentality that the creators of the game have though, and like the community surrounding it that support it is like it's kind of like a fuck you perspective, which I personally don't appreciate. And like just to completely kill people's fun, like if they want to laugh react to something, like why are they not allowed to do that? If they think it's funny or stupid or shitty, like there's no reason to not be able to have a laugh reaction. There's no reason for you to get banned for something like that. That's insane. And of course, the post immediately amassed thousands of laugh reactions. So people kind of rebelled against it, and I'm sure they all got banned. But like, do you really want to be in a community where like if you have any kind of a reaction, you're going to be banned? Like, does that sound like a fun, inclusive environment? Because I don't.
I think it's kind of humorous because I've seen that kind of, I guess they're kind of treating the game like it's their user profile. Because it's a valid thing, like if you don't want someone to make fun of you to mute you, but it's like this is a video game, so I think yeah, that's kind of weird. Kind of
Yeah.
kind of odd behavior from like, I don't know. I think it's usually pretty important to embrace like any counterculture as long as they're not harming anyone. I think it's usually pretty good idea to embrace like whatever part of fandom you can get, because then usually people take it with stride if you react. Like it's like, all right, whatever. If you want to make fun of it, do you want to make fun of it? It doesn't. I guess, are you saying they're banning from the whole game or?
No, 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 no. The community, the Facebook community.
Oh, that sound, yeah, that's weird. I guess they're probably just.
It's like this. It's like, okay, so I made a character in Dragon Age and I posted it on the Facebook and somebody put a laugh emoji. That person is banned
Okay.
because they're, quote, literally using emojis as a weapon. Like that's insane. That's a fucking insane perspective to have.
I think yeah, they're being a little dramatic. I could get how if you're wanting to foster a community to maybe not foster like making fun of each other or not taking anything seriously, but at this point like they've drawn too much attention to it and now people are just going to clown on it for the sake of clowning on it.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
The no
The
laugh
reactions with the laughing emojis. Like, what did y'all expect
the
on
no
the
laugh
internet?
reacting is even the no laugh reacting is even listed in the group's rules. It says laugh reacts will get you banned. We're not going to tolerate anyone laugh reacting to a personal post of someone when it's not meant to be funny, and you're only laugh reacting because you're making fun of them or being a bigot. Like if you put something on the internet, like people should be allowed, like there's going to be shitty people, there's going to be good people, but they should be allowed to have an opinion and not be removed from communities for doing so. You know, like what the fuck is this? And it's coming from a person, again, who is like approaching this like antagonistically, where it's like, you know, go ahead, laugh react to this post and I'll just start banning some of you out now to start weeding you people out. Like that's where this person is coming from. And they're saying shit like, oh, I'm gonna be, you know, you guys are using emojis as weapons. Like that's so fucking dramatic. Like this is the mental state of this person and these people. Like it's a fucking laugh. It's an emoji. Why? just have just get thicker skin, you know, like fucking calm down. Anyway, Horizon's getting ripped off. The game is called Light of Motorum and is a open world multiplayer survival game. Comparisons to Monster Hunter are being made to the game, but more so, people are pointing out the aesthetic and the machine animals being similar to Horizon. Even there's like tribal hunters and things like that are similar to what they have in Horizon as well. So I have a little trailer to kind of give you an idea of what they're talking about. It does look very Horizon-ish.
So it's a triangle from Destiny using a focus.
Wake up. I call you forth, the fourth breath I grant you, to live in this world which spirals against time.
They're gonna get sued.
Yeah, so that's like a 7-minute long
They're-
trailer. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but yeah, I mean,
Wait.
very,
Can you
very
continue it for
blatant.
just 1 sec?
Do what?
Can you continue it for just 1 sec? Where you? Oh, okay, never mind.
So here you can kind of see like the Monster Hunter-ishness, I feel like. But yeah, like I haven't played a whole lot of Horizon, but the little bit that I've played and I've seen plenty of the game on the internet, it's pretty blatant.
Which developer is this?
Where is it? I had it somewhere.
Or is it like an indie thing?
No. Where the hell was it?
Because whoever it is,
Polaris Quest.
they're gonna get sued.
So I think this is their first game, but they're not an indie developer. But yeah, what's interesting about this is that Tencent is the majority shareholder in both Kodokawa games, which Sony is trying to buy, and the game's
Tencent?
developer.
Are you talking about that Chinese developer that does like tons of?
They
Oh,
own like half of the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so Tencent is a majority shareholder in both Kadokawa and Polaris Quest. So that means that technically the company that Sony's trying to buy is also the same company that's copying and ripping off their shit. So
I don't
that's,
think they're gonna be able. The only way they can usually do anything about it is kind of like how Nintendo went about the Pal World thing. They would have to get a copyright on an aspect. So like you can't we're going to copyright these monsters and these are the specific traits that they have, so then you can't like copy those traits altogether.
I mean, I would imagine the animal quote animal designs are
Mhm.
probably enough to get them right there, because like that they're
Well,
clearly like the same shit. If we watched that trailer and
Oh
you
yeah.
didn't tell me
I
what it was, I would be like
No,
100%. I'll put money on that's Horizon.
what's the game called again?
Light of Motorum, Motiram.
Okay.
Jazz is working on the court case as we speak.
Yeah.
So
I just a lot of times that stuff is really difficult, so they're probably going to end up getting away with it where it's one. But the thing is that's where like ethically they're wrong, so like hopefully people will be like, no, I'm not, I'm not dealing with that. But that's really a lot of times they'll have to start looking into copywriting aspects of the game in order to actually pursue copyright infringement. A lot of times it's very difficult.
yeah, I guess
Fuck
you know,
outta
you'd have to go into the weeds of it really and see like how if they covered their bases and they, copyrighted all of their assets and their character designs and everything like that, and they did that prior to this game's existence, which they would have done, then you have it right there, because you have.
They can still do it after. They just need to be very they have to make sure that they're very specific about what they're doing. Like for example, with the Pokemon Pal World thing, what Pokemon did was they went ahead and patented the the Pokeball system, and that's what they're going to go after.
Your Honor, I'd like to present a exhibit to
Pokeball.
the court. I'd like to present this to the court
Right?
as a evidence.
Uh-huh.
It's so fucked up.
Tell me it's
Yeah.
not fucking copyright.
There's no
Yeah,
way
it
they're
100%
there's
is.
no way they're getting away with this.
No, they're gonna get
I
fucked.
hope not. I truly hope not.
They're gonna get fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty evident.
Yeah,
I
leave
feel
the
like
font. It's like almost the same.
Mhm.
I feel like Pal World had a little bit more where you could argue like creative differences, but this is pretty cut and dry. Like, I mean, it's the same fucking
As soon
thing.
as I saw this picture, I was like, "Oh, I've seen this picture somewhere before. Hold on a second." Yeah, fuckers.
Yeah.
Idiots.
So, I mean, this could play into Sony's favor. They're trying to buy out this company. Maybe they can use that as leverage. Who knows? But one
I
way or
rest
the
my
other,
case.
something's got to come of that, because that's pretty fucked up.
I rest my suitcase.
Perhaps wait for the Lego version.
There you go.
Get out of here.
Gearbox allowed a terminally ill Borderlands fan to play the new Borderlands 4 early, which is pretty cool. In
And he was cured.
October, 37-year-old Caleb McAlpine wrote in the Borderlands 3 subreddit that he had late-stage 4 terminal cancer with 7 to 12 months to live. He mentioned his Borderlands fandom and inquired if anyone knew how to get in touch with Gearbox to see if he could play Borderlands 4 early, not knowing if he'd be around for the official release. The post spread around the internet and eventually made its way to Gearbox chief Randy Pitchford, who responded stating he'd do everything he could to make it happen, and he did. He flew Caleb.
Nice.
He flew Caleb out first class to the Gearbox studio where he got to meet the developers, tour the studio, and play some of Borderlands 4. Afterwards, Randy Pitchford tweeted, "Caleb is cool, a legit gamer who knows Borderlands inside and out. I'm glad he got a chance to play. I'm praying he makes it to when we are done. Thanks, Internet, for signal boosting Caleb's story." It's pretty cool.
Aw.
Pretty cool. Caleb also tweeted after the visit saying,
Lies. Sorry.
"Wow."
I
Wow.
hope that's delayed.
That's fucked up. Caleb also tweeted after the visit saying, "So Gearbox flew me and a friend down first class the 20th of this month, and we got to tour the studio and meet an amazing bunch of people from some of the devs of all the Borderland games to Randy, the CEO. We stayed at the Omni at the Star, the Dallas Cowboys headquarters, and the hotel wanted to do something nice as well and got us a VIP tour of the entire facility. Needless to say, me being a Lions fan, I got to talk a lot of smack. We got to play what they have for Borderlands 4 so far, and it was amazing. I don't know if I'll be around when the game comes out, but I just want to say thank you to all of you for all of your love and support and for helping in making this happen. It truly was an amazing experience, and it was just awesome. Thank you, everyone."
You're welcome.
See, what a wholesome story.
Yeah.
That's good.
So whoa, you found good news.
I did.
Whoa.
I've done it. I've
Carmen, what
done
the
it.
fuck? He's
Jeez,
not.
what is going on with her? Jesus. Yeah, it was all a scam just to play Borderlands 4.
I feel like I hacked Carmen's account and posted these things.
It does seem very weird. Steam is cracking down on season passes. I've got more good news. Hey. Steam's guidelines have been updated, stating that season passes must be clear as to what they offer and when it will be available. It doesn't have to be an exact release date, but it has to be pinned down to at least the quarter or season and the year. One reschedule can be made, only up to 3 months is allowed. So they can delay it, but they can't delay it for more than 3 months. If developers need multiple delays or more than 3 months, they have to contact Valve. So they're like, they're their mom and dad. They have to go tell them. If developers do not adhere to these rules, Valve says they may take action such as removing the season pass from sale or refunding the customers. So that's pretty cool. Because season passes can get kind of scammy. Like they'll release a season pass on launch day with a game, but the content doesn't even have a release date, or like maybe some of it does and some of it doesn't, and it gets delayed and all kinds of shit happens. Shit, even with the Assassin's Creed Shadows, like that whole season pass got canceled outright. So this is kind of a cool thing that Steam is doing to protect the
Yeah, good job, Steam.
so it's really good.
Hold those developers accountable.
So the day after guys aren't going to be able to make games anymore.
Right?
Not if they have season passes.
Good.
But yeah, it's good. It's good to see somebody looking out for the little guy.
Yeah.
And that is the news.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You were right. That wasn't a lot of news.
Yep, I told you.
I just had a day off.
All right. It's time to talk machinima.
Machinima.
Machinima. So this week, we're going to be taking a look at Ski Paps. I think that's how you say it, Ski Paps. This creator has been making videos using Source Filmmaker for what looks like about 5 years, starting out with PUBG. Seems like a lot of people that are using Steam or Source Filmmaker is using like PUBG or something similar, like some kind of like generic shooter game. I wonder if it's just like easier to get assets from those games or something like that. It just seems to happen a lot. But yeah, they also have some Resident Evil machinimas, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. Anybody hear of ski paps before?
I might have
No.
watched something, but can't think of anything right now.
Well, you don't have to think of anything because I'm going to show you.
I love not thinking.
Hey!
Help me, Leon! Help! Leon! Leon!
Ashley, hang on.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Help me, Leon! Help! Leon!
God damn it.
Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
Water gun.
What is this?
Stranger.
You must
Now
scream.
that's a weapon.
Fork.
What weapon is this?
La 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 la, copyright stuff. La la la.
It's a cover, so it should be okay, I think.
Come on, Big Daddy.
Shut up, little man.
What?
Do you feel better now, big boy?
Fuck.
Wait,
Why?
what?
This is so dumb.
You amaze me.
So stupid.
Don't come back, Slabbity Doodah.
Sloppity doodah.
Hey, sir. Thank you for the weapon. This is like a emo superhero.
Thank you.
Wait. Ashley. What the hell?
Yeah. It works so well with it.
It's pretty good. I like that the character models are like fucking great value versions. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheap knockoff. It's funny.
good.
It's so dumb, but so good. But yeah, so that's the kind of shit that you can do with the source filmmaker. So like, I want to mess around with it
Yeah.
and see if I can do stuff like that because that looks like a lot of fun to make.
Hmm.
And I like that you can control things like just like the eye movements and like really subtle expressions and things like that. Like, it'd just be a lot of fun to work with something like that. And one thing that I've noticed a lot of too is like people that make videos like this using that engine, like they're never like written for and fully voice acted. They're always like kind of recycling either, you know, dialogue from the source game, or it's all like physical comedy. So it'd be cool to kind of take that idea and fully flesh it out with like a full script and have it all voice
Yeah.
acted and stuff like that, because I've never seen that before. So it'd be a lot of work.
You could have
Well,
Leon
that'd be
actually
cool.
physically stab someone with a spoon.
Exactly.
Cool
Yep. It'd be fun. I think the real bitch of it would be the lip sync. That would be a lot of work, and I think that's why there's not a lot of dialogue in these videos, because people don't want to put in that amount of time. But we'll see. You never know. But either way, with or without that, it was a really good video. So they did a really good job. All righty. Any other thoughts on the video?
Like the right amount of.
I really liked when Ashley went flying and like smacked him.
So random. The fucking dancing, like the ballerina shit. Like,
Yeah.
why? It's so
It was
random.
so good.
It's great.
The expressions too. Some of Leon's expressions were really
Mhm.
funny. Dramatic looks.
He was so derpy.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right. It's time for some gams.
All right, motherfuckers, it's game time.
Let's start with Jazz this time.
Ooh, curveball.
Speaking of motherfuckers. Oh, I gotta share my screen again. Bum, bum, bum. There it is.
Who's that motherfucker?
Who's that motherfucker?
I hate those.
Oh, I hate those.
I hate those. Yeah, so we're back. We're back with this game again. It's making a comeback. Plus we got a little bonus at the end. I decided to put an end screen image now. Yeah, so we got 7. It seemed like a good number this time. I think this week it's gonna be a little easier. Sorry, my mic is all fucked. There we go. Alright, so let's start. Who's this motherfucker?
Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent.
Yeah, it looks like a twig, yeah.
His
Vincent
little
from Catherine.
afro.
Yeah. And it's the pose.
Does
Are we
chat
right? Oh.
Does chat want in? Let's see if chat wants to give them a little bit of time.
That makes
it's
me
gonna
feel
be
like I'm wrong.
It's gonna be like DMC Dante or some shit.
No.
No,
It's
he
like
has
a
a coat.
fat character, and I just like slimmed down his stomach.
It's Nabishin.
His fro's too small.
You're right.
It's also not a video game.
Yeah.
I still remember the time that I put like Mary Poppins. Like, that it was Lady Mistrikaturu.
Yeah.
It is. It's Vincent. It's funny because I didn't know if this was like a generic photo of his or if it was just like some random one. No,
It's the pose that gave him away.
Oh.
Because there's not a lot of like protagonist characters or main characters that would be like that would be their like heh like that kind of bashful. So I was like, oh,
I don't know the game, so I didn't know the character.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Who's this motherfucker?
Ada.
Yeah.
Yep. Ada.
Ada.
From the
Ada
remake.
Wong. Yeah.
Spider.
Before she takes her jacket off.
This shit's getting old.
Oh, excuse me, Alec.
It's a line.
It's Ada.
Ada.
Ada, wow. I even tried to like cut her hair and take away some things. Oh, chat was delayed, but they also got Ada. Okay, then what was this motherfucker?
Seems like a character from the forest.
Yeah.
Right?
From the first forest.
Yeah.
But that
Before they
angle,
gave up.
though. That angle, though.
Is it a kid? Oh no, it's too tall to be the kid.
No.
Just like one of them creatures.
Is it supposed to be
that's like-
holding something?
Who's that motherfucker? What's the final answer?
seems
I
to be
guess-
forest.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with mutant from the forest. Even though that's not what I think it is. It's the only thing I've got. Forest on the Sons of the Forest on the brain.
Sean.
Yeah, forest guy, mutant thingy.
Thingy.
Does anyone want to try to be more specific?
A Schmeagle.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a zombie one because it's naked.
I
they're
mean, dude,
all. Yeah,
yeah.
they're all.
Well,
pretty
yeah,
naked.
but there's extra zombie ones. Remember?
Those are in Sons.
Oh, they're saying from the original forest.
Yeah, it's a mutant. More specifically, it's a blue mutant guy. It's the ones that are like more advanced.
Oh sure, put the text over his junk.
You don't have one. He just has.
Yeah, they don't.
He's like they're like Barbies.
There's Ken dolls.
Told you this one would be more easy. Oop! I hit the wrong button. Who's this motherfucker?
Is it
Lara.
Joanna from
Was-
Perfect Dark?
Yeah.
This tall motherfucker. Apparently.
It's not Lara.
It's
La, 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 la.
Joanna.
Is it Joanna Dark?
Pretty sure.
Which one? Her hair
From-
doesn't look like
From
that.
the OG. She has short hair.
But it pokes out more. This is like pulled back like a ponytail, like Lara's.
Yeah, but don't forget, Jazz likes to edit things.
Oh. I still think it's Lara.
Wesker.
La.
I think it's
La.
Wesker.
La 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 la.
Complete. Global.
I think
Yeah.
it's Tom Brader.
It could be Lara. Like the wetsuit or something, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll stick with Joanna just to be different.
Joanna. Alec.
Yeah, I was same with Sean.
Joanna.
Joanna.
Joanna
Laura
Dorr.
Croft.
I don't know what the character that survival horror fan just guessed.
Who did he? Let me look. I didn't see it.
Lee said Lara. Sean's just typing all kinds
Lara
of stuff.
Wesker, Alex Wesker. Oh,
Well,
and
the correct answer is it's Lara.
Lara. No.
Ah, from Underworld.
La 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 la. I knew it.
Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. I just took away her little. Sean can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Oh, whoops.
But
Why
I
does
could
she
tell-
have Jill's jewel from Resident Evil? What the fuck?
Oh,
Is
that I
Wesker
don't know.
controlling her?
I think somebody
Yes.
somebody must have put that there because they're weird. But yeah, no. It's the model from Underworld. Just
That's why Andrew said Wesker.
Yeah. He knew what he was talking about.
I took away the holsters at the sides because that gives away like Lara. All right, who's that motherfucker?
Oh,
It's
that's
your
I need a
Super
name.
Mario.
I need
Oh.
a name.
They're called. Oh, they have an name. Isn't it like Pokey?
Isn't
I got it. Anal beads.
No, they're in.
Christ.
I thought it was like a jiggly puff.
No, it's Pokey.
It's Pikachu. This is the only one that actually looks like a Pokemon.
It's Pokey. Those are called Pokies.
Mom.
Mon.
Pokey. If
Don't you
I'm
wish it
right
were
about
too
this, I'm
easy?
gonna be happy because I mean my child self will be proud of me.
It's a
It's an
Jigglypuff.
Xbox.
Because they're in the like back in those games, they used to actually like have credits for all the enemies, and they would tell you
Yeah.
all their names.
There you go.
Is his name Pokey?
Cactus Jack.
Yeah. What the hell? Was that? It was really hard to look up that thing because I was like, what's that?
Cactus
What's
from
that
Mario
Pokey
World.
cactus cat looking thing from Mario? And his name was actually Pokey. Chris after Taco Tuesday
Before he gave up.
before he gave up. What's this motherfucker?
Why? Whoa! What is up with her hips? Oh,
They
it's a
don't lie.
skirt. That's a skirt.
Shakira, Shakira.
It makes her look like she's got like chunky legs.
For days.
Chunky.
Yeah, after the legs, I was about to say it's been Neil from Final Fantasy 13, but the legs don't look right.
She what's tripping me out is she has a skirt and pants on. And glove, like Mickey Mouse gloves. Who the fuck is that?
Who is that
Who's
motherfucker?
that motherfucker?
It looks familiar, but I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
It's a motherfucker. I hate those.
Help us out, chat.
This is some kind of female mechanic from.
Mechanic Simulator? Female
Yeah,
Mechanic
sure.
Simulator?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got no clue.
I'm just gonna say it's something from Final Fantasy, possibly.
I was
15.
gonna guess Kingdom Hearts because of the Mickey Mouse gloves.
Yeah,
love-
Kingdom Hearts is a good guess. I have no idea.
This is based on the silhouette. I'm going Kingdom Hearts, but maybe Yuffie in Kingdom Hearts or who the fuck dresses like
I thought Alec would have gotten this one.
Kyrie?
Is it a Tekken
Oh,
character?
is it Fighting Force?
No.
What game is that?
Yeah, it's Fisting Force, bitch. I'm gonna get back on that video.
Her
And Lee
silhouette-
gets it! It's Sunny!
Oh,
Man, she has
Like-
fat thighs.
Lee coming
right?
in. Lee coming in clutch.
Like that is not what her silhouette threw me off hardcore.
It's because she has her overalls like brought down.
Yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
I
so
don't
they're-
remember that character at all.
That's her.
There was a little kid model too. I almost took the little kid one, and then I was like, no, because the kid might be from the older games, and that might be too obvious. So I'm like, I'm gonna go for
That's
this one.
her Rising version.
Yeah, Revengeance.
Yeah. So it technically would be MGR.
I like how Lee came in clutch at the last second. Like, I'd say Sunny. I'm like, yep, we're taking it. Lee gets it. All right, number 7. Who's this motherfucker?
Coldfair guy thing.
This Ninja Turtle looking motherfucker.
It does look like the Cold Fear guy.
Right? Because the big jacket.
The hands are weird, though.
The game's weird.
How dare you?
You're welcome.
Do you
That-
know what the Cold Fear
That
guy's
game
name
is a treasure. It's something Hansen.
Bob Hansen.
Bop.
Bop, 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 doo-da-bop.
Lee says Enrico.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Who?
Yeah.
Enrico.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
hell.
It definitely looks like a Resident Evil type. It's the pants tucked into the boots. Given like
It looks like he has Ninja Turtle hands. Like, what the fuck?
He could just be a PlayStation 1 character.
It's
Can't tell a face from an ass.
it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Enrico.
All right, yeah. Could also just be the way the image is cut out too. Sometimes that
Yeah, I'm
if they
thinking
blend it into
Enrico.
something else, it's yeah.
We got 3 Enricos.
I'm gonna
Shayla,
say Bob
Alec?
Geldof.
Yeah.
You say Gandalf?
Yeah.
Gandalf.
I see it.
Okay. And Shayla, you said who?
I thought I said the same thing.
Gandalf?
No. I'm just trying to think if I should just go with somebody else like completely different, like Ark from Survivor or something.
Oh God!
Thompson?
How dare
Yeah.
you? How dare you speak
You
his
mean
name?
the other Cold Fear?
Yeah. Sure, I'll go with Enrico. Yeah.
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 You guys are gonna be so mad.
Oh, it's not Enrico. Oh, wait.
That's the
Tom
goddamn
Hansen.
Cold Fear guy. Yeah, I fucking
Yeah.
God damn it!
Tom Hansen. At least you remembered his last name. Tom Hansen.
How could I forget
Tom
his last name?
Hansen.
I'm obligated to remember.
And the closing scene is this picture I found online. Somebody fucking made. That's all the motherfuckers.
That's amazing.
I want to know if somebody actually just made this, like, put his face there, or if they actually like rendered a
Oh man, if there's a mod, I need it.
of the fucking Cold
Tom
Fear guy. That's just
Hansen.
his name now, by the way. It's just the Cold
Yeah.
Fear guy.
Cold Fear guy. Tom
And that's the
Hansen.
game.
Yay.
Yeah.
Fucking NPCs. If I could play as them, I'd make them walk in front of
I just want that
incoming
as my
threats.
fucking background now.
Super Mario 3 son.
Jesus.
That's the first guy. Oh, and the Irving is number 2, and number 3 is the one of the beauties. I want to say the Sniper Wolf one, and WrestleMania in the background. So I just don't know the first 2 backgrounds. That
So that was a
second
fun game.
that second image has standards. I'm just saying.
I got a full screen because I can't really see.
I could be wrong on what beauty that is.
I don't know
One
what
of the beauties
talking
from Metal Gear
beauties.
Solid 4. There's 4.
That's not Sniper Wolf. Sniper Wolf is like blonde and has like huge boobs.
No, she's
with her
not
shirt
blonde.
open.
She has green hair, and there is a Sniper beauty that imitates Sniper Wolf in Metal Gear Solid 4. There's 4 beauties.
Oh, Andrew,
And they-
it's Screaming Mantis.
Yeah, Mantis.
And it is WWF WrestleMania in the arcade game in the background, so redundancy. You're right with Irving, but what's the background?
The background.
I think the background is Burnout.
It is Burnout
Hey.
Paradise. And the
So
first
you
one
just need
is
the first one.
Angry
Monkey
Sun
Ball?
from Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, but the background is.
Is it that new Zelda game? The stupid one with
Oh.
echoes of garbage.
Wow.
It's not.
Okay.
It looks like Fall Guys or some
There we
shit.
go.
Oh, hey!
Hey!
Yeah. Alright, the final game.
The guessing game, I guess I should give a fuck. Alas, I do not.
Unless I do not.
Oh shit.
Alright, who did we go first with last week? Was it Jazz?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Sheila.
Yeah.
Think of a game, pick a person, send it to that person.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Shaun. And I'm gonna do. Oh, here we go.
Oh, fuck off. It's an old game. It's on PC only. It's fantasy. Um,
Earth
cartoon
fancy?
cartoon graphics. It's a massive world with lots of people that play it.
RuneScape.
There's dwarves and
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That's not an old game.
that's
It is,
not an
it's
old
20
game.
years.
I mean,
I
it
think
is, but it's still current, so I guess it's hard to see it as an old game.
That game's
it's
old
20
as
years
fuck.
old.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, Sean, pick a person.
I'll get vengeance. Shayla.
Aww. Okay.
What do I want to do? Oh God. This one might not be fair.
He's gonna save the day or die trying. Or die trying. It's based on currency, and he he can't be hit by things that come out of guns because he's
Bulletproof?
yeah.
Was that the name of the game?
That's part of. You just gotta get the first part.
What's the first part again?
It's named after it's about currency.
Oh, 50 Cent Bulletproof.
Die trying.
All right, since I got that,
You don't give a fuck if it's not your birthday.
I'm gonna give Jazz.
God.
That was actually a good one, Sean. I like that.
See, I already know which game I'm gonna give because you can't use any of the words in the title, so it's gonna be great.
Off you go.
Oh, you misspelled it. Okay. I was like, did I miss something? Okay. How would I describe this? So it's kind of like there's two different teams. It's one person against everybody else, and
Dead by Daylight?
We're sneaking around trying to not get murdered by the one person, and
Friday the 13th.
We like to just fart around and poop everywhere.
Oh dear!
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jazz. Your turn.
All right, Alec. You can't use any of the words.
All right. You're a midget.
Whoa. Whoa.
Other midgets
Willow.
with a helmet. Different coloured helmets for each midget.
Pikmin? No.
Pikmin.
Things explode.
I haven't played Pikmin. I don't know.
They explode.
Bomberman?
Worms?
There we go.
Oh.
Alec, you're terrible.
The midget. They're not.
They're just. But he can't say man. Or bomb. Another
Alright,
round.
that was games.
Oh yeah, I guess we're.
Oh dear.
Alrighty.
This is
And
getting
last but not least, read your comments.
do I still have that?
The following game contains
Nope, 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 nope. There we go.
Did someone say meatloaf?
Whoa, just one of them days.
Alright, from the Machinima Challenge, Metal Gear Solid Angelic Abduction. Come up one from Pasta Cheese. Can I get some cheese? Just a question. Would you consider doing Days of Our Lives RE4 remake?
It's just a
God
question.
damn it.
Just a question.
Just a question. How's the process going with that?
It's going. It's not very far. It's not very far along, unfortunately. I need to, before I can really do or wait, is this remake or RE4 remake? Like, those are two different things. There's Resident Evil 2 remake dual, and then there's dual remake.
Both.
Yeah. Yes.
One of them is, I'll let you figure it out. One of them is going okay, and one of them has hardly been touched.
Probably a remake. Because you can't kill the merchant.
I can't believe they did that to me. I feel personally attacked by that. They knew what I was gonna do.
I like how you should have like every time Leon takes a shot at the merchant, and then like you just have like a scene from the first game, like the original, where the merchant just dies.
Yeah. Nice.
Do you know what I just thought was like, instead of guessing the game, we should do guess the machinima. Anyway,
we could do that too from time to time.
Yeah.
Like, we'd burn through those really quick too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if we kind of pepper those in every once in a while, that'd be fun.
All right, question 2: would you pass the cheese or eat it?
What kind of cheese?
It has onions and mushrooms in it.
No, thank you. I pass it.
Why would you put onions and mushroom in cheese?
Fucking gross.
And Marmite.
In cheese.
And Village.
Like if it's all in a meal or a
Are
sandwich.
you trying to kill me?
Yes.
You
Clearly.
can tell that Shayla just like wandered off again.
Did not.
All right. Yeah. All right. Next one is from me because yeah. How pointless is the first comments? I mean, seriously, is it dumb?
So dumb.
So dumb.
dumb.
It is the most crucial and important. Yeah. Where would we be without that?
Hang on.
Where would we be?
There we go. Not first.
Wow.
All right, that was read your comments. You can tell I'm kind of like fast track that one.
Wow. At least you're honest.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I hear TV in the background. Please fix if possible.
People
This
in my window.
people outside your window?
Through the walls.
This has been episode
Hello.
200. What?
Sweat
200
drips
what?
from my balls.
258. Thanks for joining us, everybody. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at the Ward, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can also support us through patreon.com/thewardproductions to get exclusive content. Have a great week.
Or don't.
We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
We're dad trends.
Yeah.